Footsteps in the hall signal the usual Saturday morning distributions, but nothing for me. William and I have a date planned for dinner tonight, so I'm in no rush right now. Plenty of time to relax and get ready.
Sweet. Dating is so relaxing. Said no one ever. Franco, who are you? That you're like, a nice date. I can just relax. Yeah. Good grief. But we're at the Glen. It's been a long time since we've been at the Glen.
For our date, William takes me to the Glen. To reach this restaurant, William and I first traveled to the mall, and then he led me across the parking lot through an illusion barrier. Physically, it looks a great deal like a bakery restaurant that my parents and I visited as part of our tour of Low World America.
Nice.
That makes it still slightly foreign to me, but normal enough by American standards that if any lost child managed to stumble to the door, you would not be alarmed. The only visible sign of the magical nature of the establishment is the customer base. I can already see a Tengu couple fighting over a plate of noodles.
Hello, what are you?
Sometimes called winged goblins, Tengu are an otherworld stock most commonly encountered in China and Japan, but occasionally found all over the world. They are humanoid, but very short, with long noses, clawed feet, and feathered wings. Tengu do not wield strong magic, but they are quick to anger and enjoy physical combat. They are also very curious and known for stealing anything that interests them.
Alright. Cool.
This way.
We take our seats at a booth. A vase sits in the center of the table, filled with tightly rolled long papers. William withdraws one and unrolls it to reveal a menu. I quickly take my own to look over.
If you don't mind, I'll cover the bill. I don't have anything to save up for anymore since I'm graduating.
Okay.
I appreciate that because I only have $9.
It makes things easier, but I'm glad he asked. Remind me to buy a meal for you when the school year is over, so I'm not limited to my allowance.
Deal. So, is there anything you like the look of?
I want to take advantage of the local food while I'm here, so I'm thinking about either the lamb or the corn chowder. I just haven't decided how hungry I am yet.
Good choices. I'm leaning towards the bison burger myself. Waiter?
We order our food and relax.
So what will you do at the end of the school year?
My parents will come and take me back home. I'll be spending a lot of the summer on meditation and exercises to prepare myself for magister's training. This year has given me practice in handling magical energies, but the style is quite different. I'll need to... I move my hands absently in front of me, searching for the English words.
Reattune yourself.
Yes, harmony. With the spirits and with nature, and sometimes with music. It helps connect purposes.
It doesn't bother you that you might be behind your fellow students because of your year abroad?
I have a whole life to learn. I learn some things before they do and other things after. It won't matter.
Taking the long view, huh?
They say patience is the key to paradise. In my own home, I have endless years. It is only here that my time is short. Wizards can live for a very long time. What about you? What will you do when your year is completed?
Well, even after the rites, it's traditional for most American wizards to spend some time in the other world. If I were an only child, my parents would probably take me on a sojourn to pass on their experiences.
An American tradition by which a newly adult wizard travels the wild otherworld on foot, or equivalent, sometimes accompanied by friends and family. The new wizard is meant to rely solely on magic to find sustenance and comfort. While this represents a sharp change from the low world homes young wizards are raised in, they soon find their powers are more than enough to provide for their needs. There are no penalties for anyone choosing not to sojourn, but it is seen as unusual.
Okay.
But I don't think they'd want to leave Donald and Virginia on their own, especially not together. Some people go in groups with friends and make a party out of it. Others prefer to walk alone.
You want to prove yourself on your own?
It's not about showing off. I want to clear my head a little, get away from people for a while and be still. Having so many wizards packed into close spaces for so long isn't natural, you know. Actually, you don't, since you don't have a roommate.
School is still a pretty big change for me compared to the way I grew up. There's so many people here.
You were taught at home, right? We went to public schools before we came here. They're 10 times bigger, but no one else is magical. It's crowded and lonely all at once.
It's hard for me to picture. Our meals arrive and we settle into eating for a while.
Oh, try to save a little room for dessert.
You had plans for dessert?
There's a local ritual, the maple ceremony, celebrating the sap harvest. It was also the traditional beginning of the season of courtship, long before Valentine's Day came to these shores. In modern times, it's combined with Mardi Gras and Shrove Tuesday, and that's how Iris Academy will celebrate next month.
I don't know Shrove Tuesday, but isn't Mardi Gras the one with topless parades and jewelry?
Don't get your hopes up. Our maple ceremony is a pancake supper.
Ah, we have a pancake holiday in March as well.
There's meant to be significance about decorating the pancakes and passing them out, to make people interact. But because it's a very old ritual, it's strictly boy-girl and limited by age. Which means if I want to offer you a pancake with maple syrup, I need to do it here.
I remember that ceremony now.
I don't think I've ever had pancakes with maple syrup. At home we use honey. The dessert, when it comes, is enormous. A full stack of fat and fluffy pancakes, a half sphere of butter already skating around the hot surface as it melts, strawberries and blueberries, and a sprinkling of sugar to sing the colors of America. The syrup comes in a separate jug, which William picks up and holds speculatively.
Go easy, or go all in?
Wink. The face he made when he asked that, though. Well, I mean, I know this is probably sacrilege as a Canadian to say, but I don't like maple syrup at all. It might have to do with the fact that I tasted raw maple sap before I ever had maple syrup, and I'm not a sweet-toothed person at all, so I really like raw maple sap. It tastes delicious, but maple syrup is so sugary sweet, so I really don't like it. That being said, I feel like I would be remiss to not say a lot of syrup with a smirk on my face. So, we're gonna go all in. Yep, there it is.
Drown it.
Well, that makes things simple.
The sweet brown syrup pours down over the sides of the pancakes, puddling onto the plate below.
Shall we?
We set to with gusto, though I find myself wondering if my appetite will be able to conquer this mountain. Perhaps another part of the traditional courtship ritual was to make all the young people too full to run away.
Maybe. Maybe. What a lovely date that was. I enjoyed the heck out of that. It was a thing of beauty. Alright. The Moon Reborn.
Tonight we held a ceremony to mark the end of one lunar year and the beginning of another. The past was burned to ashes and a new fire kindled with omens for the future.
An invitation.
William sent me a romantic poem and asked me out this weekend.
Exam success.
I won the race to claim the silver chalice and received 5 merits.
A dinner date.
William and I went to the Glen, where I ate traditional local food, including a large stack of American-style pancakes.
Very nice. And that's not quite what I wanted. That's also not what I wanted. Let's see, I just want to make sure there's nothing else new. I think we're good. Okay. Moving on to the next week. Classes, molasses. I think, yeah, my stress is low. So we'll do that. Done. Nice. It is freaking Kyo. Oh my goodness, I knew it.
I notice Kyo standing by the wall, staring off into space. He looks upset. But when I wave in his direction, he turns and walks away.
'Cause he'd be edgy like that.
After classes, all the students are called together in the gym. There's a table on the stage containing a row of brightly colored candles, of which only one at the end is lit.
Today we are here to recognize outstanding Iris Academy seniors with induction into the Magical Honor Society. You are the best and brightest of our young people. You stand as shining examples to all who follow in your footsteps. But what you should be most proud of is not the honor you received today, but the choices you have made to reach this point. The skills and integrity you have developed will guide you forward into a bright future. Therefore, as I call your names, please come up to the stage and take one of these candles to pass on the light.
She reads out a number of names. Each senior walks up to take the candle that was most recently lit and touch it to the next candle in line, passing the flame. I cheer when William's name is announced. Woohoo! Damien is not called. I'm not surprised.
Get wrecked, Damien. What, there's no Honor Society role for best schemer in class? There is one more student who deserves special recognition for her hard work and creative thinking. In honor of her essay and new theory regarding the Icarus effect, Angela Kirsch. Icarus effect.
It is well known among wizards that flying too high above the ground is dangerous. This principle is immortalized in the myth of Icarus. Those who try to reach the heavens will end as broken heaps upon the ground. As almost every wizard foolhardy enough to fly straight up dies shortly afterwards, there is little information about what causes this effect. One popular theory was that celestial dragons strike down any mortals who intrude on their domain. However, the invention of airplanes cast doubt on this explanation.
Wow, okay. I wonder what her theory was.
Angela takes the last position on stage, visibly pleased with herself.
Now, all of you who are gathered, each one of you has a calling in your life. Your goals and your challenges are unique. What is easy or difficult for you may not be for others. Whatever you do, never crush someone else's dream, for then you can be sure that you are not working towards your own.
After that speech, we are dismissed with the candle still burning.
Wise words, for once. Okay.
When we arrive at the classroom, the only sign of Professor Gravener is 2 words written on the blackboard in large white letters. Free period.
Gravy, what happened to you?
We wait quietly at our desk for a while. It would not be unbelievable for him to lie in wait to see how we behave, then punish anyone caught out of line. However, after a while, it becomes apparent that he will not be attending. This class is cancelled for the day. What should I do now?
I guess we're gonna study, because I'm trying to remember when the... Is it Magus? I think it's Magus, right? The genie thing. Wasn't that earlier in the year? I feel like I got married early in the year. Yeah, because didn't I have to stay for winter break? I couldn't leave? I can't remember. That's so long ago. Anyway, I'm studying.
I'm already prepared for classwork. I may as well use this time productively.
I didn't have a lot of stress, so that was okay. So Grabby is MIA. And we didn't go and check on our, like, protector here at school. We're like, oh well. Do we all have our notebooks out? I'd like you to look back to earlier in the year. If you recall, when we studied the spell of triggering, I warned you of a possible risk. Do you remember? Pastel? Ah, if there's a trap, then triggering it could be dangerous. I'm glad you were paying attention. The trigger spell only sets off charms that are very close to the caster. If you are close enough to trigger a fire trap, you will most likely singe your eyebrows. Now, if you have been studying your blue magic, you should be familiar with magic that alters location. When we combine this blue magic aspect with the trigger spell, we have evocation at a distance. The televoke spell will trigger charms in a chosen known location while you stand at a safe distance. Of course, if you are far enough away to avoid negative effects, you may also miss out on positive ones. Still, better to test safely first.
Alright, our first combo spell. I was starting to wonder if it even existed anymore. Great. Televoke. Triggers simple delayed effects and traps in a known location. Oh good, I'm glad they didn't get rid of that. I enjoyed the combo magic system. Ayy. Professor Potsdam stands in front of her desk.
Settle in, my doves. I must pop out for a moment. I'll be back before you know it. And if you hear a little tapping at the door, do open up.
The sound of bells slowly fades as she exits. Students look at each other puzzled. What should we do now? And then I feel a curious tickling inside my mind. A communication spell.
Now, are you sitting comfortably? Good. You have learned in your blue magic classes that some spells can be targeted at a distance if you know where the target is. And I knew you'd sit still like perfect little pumpkins, wouldn't you? With far speech, you can communicate with a target in another location, if that location is known to you. But if your friends have rolled away downhill, your words will go nowhere.
Nice. Okay, so maybe I could have communicated with the frog person with this. Because he boogies, man. Or e-boogies. Communicate with a willing subject in a nearby known location. Would E have even been willing to speak to me? I don't know. I hear footsteps outside as the weekly mail is delivered. There's a note from Gravener inviting me to tea tomorrow. He hasn't done that in a while. What should I do today? Oh, heck yeah, I am so excited for tea with Grabby again. Yeah, I guess we'll study. I wonder if he'll tell us what happened to him this week. Minnie Cochran is assisting students in the school library. So we will study with her. Minnie and I discuss the principles of red magic.
I'm getting so smart and stuff.
Gravener's chambers. Of course it's called his chambers. Did I not notice that before? I love it. Today's tea is a simple affair. The beverage itself, a few little biscuits and miniature sandwiches. If I'd known, I might have eaten more lunch. The man himself appears subdued. Are you well, sir? I noticed you missed a class this week.
My health is not your concern.
I try to be friendly.
No, your observation was correct. A minor ailment, nothing more. It is better for us to allow ourselves time to rest rather than press ahead recklessly.
I'm not sure why he's speaking of himself in the plural.
Yeah.
You have survived the worst of winter, and spring is now just over the horizon. Which brings with it the execrable American tradition known as spring break. For freshmen such as yourself, it means an inconvenient week on holiday when you should be planning your final studies. Your parents will not be visiting, nor will they be arranging passage for you.
So what am I meant to do for the week?
You have been left to my discretion. I am authorized to accompany you to a vacation destination, if that is our mutual agreement. You would be under my supervision at all times, and preferably within my sight. The risks of wanton mixing with the non-magical population should not be understated. This is a dangerous land. Alternately, you can remain here throughout the term break, as you did for the American Thanksgiving.
Going on holiday with Gravener? It would mean I got to see more of America, but with him watching my every move, could I enjoy any of it? I wouldn't even be able to tell anyone about what happened afterwards, since I couldn't explain why I was on vacation with a teacher. On the other hand, do I really want to spend another break here at the school with almost everyone gone?
Oh my god. Why didn't you take me on vacation? Ugh. So upset. I'm going to save here. I don't imagine William is... Whoops. I don't imagine William's gonna stay here. Whoa, where have I gone? Oh. There we go. Did it. So we could probably safely go on a vacation, but just in case he's like, by the way, did you want to go on vacation with me? Then I'd be like, whoa. Although, grabby William.
I think it would be nice to go somewhere if we can agree on a destination.
Was there anything you were particularly hoping to visit?
Oh my. So many vacation options. Oh my god. We took Gravener to a theme park. Any of these with Grabby just sounds ridiculous. Well, we'll go down the list because we're going to be playing through this a few times.
Could we visit some sort of tropical island like Hawaii? Beaches, sunshine, flowers?
I will consider it. We can return to this subject later.
Will you wear Bermuda shorts, Professor? And can I see you in them, please?
For your records, the break period will begin on the 22nd of the month and run through to the 30th.
He sips his tea.
So, there was some unpleasantness the last time that we broached this topic.
That's a concerning start.
However, I am required to ask. Your relationships with your fellow classmates.
Do you mean William?
I heard that there was something of a confrontation on Valentine's Day.
Right. The whole school really did hear about that.
Well, when you stomp into the cafeteria and be like, "What the hecky hey, William? I thought you loved me."
Well, there's nothing to worry about. We reached an understanding.
Without raising his suspicion as to your identity.
He doesn't have to be suspicious. I told him. Not everything, but enough to explain why he'd been assigned to me. Enough for him to respect me as someone capable of making his own decisions. And enough for us to talk about the possibility of meeting up again after he graduates.
You are considering a long-term relationship, then?
Well, I don't know. We've only just started dating officially, but it's good to have the option. I know I'm not legally an adult, not completely, not by the standards of either country, but I'm not a child either.
Your parents would say that every young man is entitled to a few lustful mistakes.
With all due respect, sir, I don't believe I am making a mistake. William is worthy of my trust. There's nothing for me to do but finish my tea.
And on that note... Alright. A black mood.
Something is bothering Kyo, but he avoided me when I tried to get his attention.
Magical Honor Society.
There was a ceremony today to recognize the top seniors, including Angela and William.
Class cancelled.
Professor Gravener did not show up for Red Magic class today.
Tea time.
I met with Gravener to discuss plans for the upcoming spring break. He also expressed some concern about my personal attachments at school.
Yeah, I know. But you didn't write about whether we're going to the beach.
Hey, did you hear about the pancake supper tomorrow night? Or Shrove Tuesday? I don't know about that. It's for the maple ceremony. The what? It's about celebrating the maple trees, because this was the time of year to harvest the syrup. So we all make pancakes, and we have to give them to girls. Only girls get to eat pancakes? No! But we have to give our pancakes to them, and they give their pancakes to us. They say this was how you used to get a date back in old times. I have to date whoever gives me a pancake? No, you goofball!
Maybe you should explain a little more slowly. Remember, we've never heard of this before. Actually, William told me a little already, but I want to reassure Luke.
Aw, what a good friend. I adore Luke.
Seriously, it's just a special dinner to celebrate the harvest, but you do have to feed someone else. That's weird.
While sharing food is a common holiday custom, it shows how a society works together to take care of each other. This is just another way of doing it. Anyway, what should I do this week?
Okay, so we have a bit of time before the holiday. I don't know how stressed out I can get. Don't know if I should, like, sleep now and then work up my stress over the next couple of weeks. Maybe I will. Or we'll do red, green, sleep, black, white. Okay. That'll do. Music. Alright, so Gravy taught red class that time.
In the evening, all the freshmen and sophomores are summoned to the gymnasium, where 2 rows of long tables have been put in place for a communal supper.
Oh, pancake time.
We line up separated by halls and file in to take our seats. The glasses and silverware are already in place, but no plates. One by one, people get up and walk to the stage, where the kitchen staff are handing out pancakes and syrup. Then they carry those plates, but not back to their own seats. Instead, the food must be given to someone else. Students from the male halls deliver food to those from the female halls, and vice versa. When my turn comes, I look around for someone I know who hasn't been fed yet, and wind up giving my plate to Barbara.
Everyone's so scared of Barbara. We always end up, like, giving stuff to her. Aww, look at her.
You're welcome. After that, I can settle down to enjoying the Vermont maple.
But who gave you their pancake? Franco, which lovely lady gave you their pancake? I needs to knows this. Fine. I'll never know.
Oh. As I'm walking, I pass 2 girls in the middle of a conversation.
Who are you, madam?
We've checked all through the prop closet, even the wine crates.
Prop closet. Ah, that must be Sarah Danvers from the drama club.
Ray thought maybe I took it back to our room again, so we looked there too. We even reorganized all our accessories by color. Nothing.
Can we get a replacement?
Well, yes, we've got 2 weeks. There's plenty of time to refit and recharm, but that doesn't solve the mystery. I think someone took my dress because E's jealous that I got the role that E wanted.
And you suspect me? The older girl rose her eyes.
Obviously not, or I wouldn't be telling you this. No, I wanted to know if you'd seen anyone suspicious hanging around after drama club meetings. This isn't the first time an actress has had mysterious bad luck.
Do you think the theater could be haunted? Our own Fantôme de l'Opéra?
I've never seen a ghost here outside of the dungeons. Perhaps if we set a trap...
I continue on my way before they can decide that I'm someone suspicious hanging around.
Good call.
The Phantom of the Opera is here.
Footsteps in the hall signal the usual Saturday morning distributions, but nothing for me. What should I do today?
Study, because we're boring.
Minnie Cochran is assisting students in the school library.
So we'll make use of that.
Minnie and I discuss the principles of red magic.
Oh. Poetry again?
Tonight, the Midnight Poets are holding a meeting on the theme of motivation. Corinna starts off with a sweet, slightly melancholy poem.
I own for my pleasure. I yearn not for treasure. Though gold has a power it lends, and I have a notion to find without motion the place where the rainbow ends.
The poem concludes with images of contentment and a simple home with good-hearted friends. But the sad tone of the words implies that even those small dreams are out of the writer's reach. William's submission is more determinedly optimistic.
It well may be that I saw too plain, and it may be I was blind. But I'll keep my face to the dawning light, though the devil may stand behind. Though the devil may stand behind my back, I'll not see his shadow fall. But read the signs in the morning stars of a good world after all.
I wonder if the devil he's thinking of is Damien. My selection took a bit of work to figure out how to read. The dialect is very unusual. However, once I got the hang of it, I liked the ring of the words.
Oh no. Alright.
And you're bound to listen and hear it talk, as your Mustang crunches the dry bald sod. For I reckon the hills and stars and crick are all of 'em preachers sent by God. And them mountains talk to a chap this way, climb if you can, you degenerate cuss. And the stars smile down on a man and say, come high, poor critter, come up to us. I've never seen a real American Mustang, the horse that is. They're supposed to roam mostly wild out in cowboy country, I think. Today's theme tends to lead to cheerful and uplifting verse, except for one girl who reads a poem about the motivating power of revenge. I don't have any enemy seeking vengeance against me, at least.
We think. What a great pick, Franco. I loved it. Let's read all about it. Maple ceremony.
We had a pancake supper to celebrate the maple harvest and encourage social interaction.
Dramatic disappearance.
I overheard Raven and Sarah talking about things going missing from the drama club. Sarah suspects it may have been an act of jealousy.
motivational phrases.
We had a meeting of the Midnight Poets and read poetry about motivation. Most of it was very positive and optimistic, except for one girl who recited a poem about revenge.
Alright, well, on to next week.